Aquarius, hello. I was in the zone and I didn't press record. I already started putting cards down. But I was in the zone. I felt so good. Alright, anyways. Cool. This one started weird. Alright. So, trust in yourself. What does that mean? What does it mean to trust yourself? Alright? What does it mean to be locked in? What does it mean to be in the present moment? All of those things are asking the same exact question. What does it really mean to trust yourself? And that means that you trust yourself and that whatever decisions you make, you are making the best decision for yourself, even if it looks like a mistake, even if it is a mistake. It means everything that happens is leading you to where you need to be. Every present moment, you are exactly where you need to be. Everything that you have right now is exactly what you need to have right now. It doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way forever, but it means that you are content and you trust yourself that whatever you have at the present moment is exactly what you need to have at the present moment. Right? This card is all about Dunder Mifflin's. It was like a garage sale kind of, right, where they were selling their stuff, and Dwight went in there and he only had a thumbtack to start out with, but he traded with everybody, and he ended up with a telescope. He did not have a bunch of money. He didn't have a bunch of fancy tools. He didn't have anything. He had a thumbtack, and he ended up with a telescope. He turned a thumbtack to a telescope. Right? Trade by trade, day by day, present moment by present moment. He started out with a thumbtack and ended up with a telescope. So do with what you have, and you will also get your own telescope. You might even find yourself some magic beings, even if you don't have anything. You have friends and family, and look at that, I'm shaking. My left hand is shaking. You are not alone. You are not alone, Aquarius. The Three of Discs is all about being surrounded by people. It's all about working together with people. It's all about working in threes, right? There's not one disc, there's not two discs, there are 3 discs. So do with what you have. You're not alone. Yeah, you are in control, right? Dwight was in control, even though he only had a thumbtack. He was in control. He knew what he wanted, and he knew how to get there. Well, he figured it out moment by moment, right? The Emperor is in charge. These 3 people working together doesn't mean that one of them has to be an emperor, but the 3 of them together make this emperor. Everything that you have, everything is what builds you up into the emperor. Nice, you're right where you need to be, right? There's a 3 and it turned into a 4. Everything is in order, even though you are starting with just a thumbtack. Things will move, just like Dwight slowly moved from one thing to another. But that was the structure of how it needed to happen. Right? That is the structure of the Tree of Life. You start with 1, you get 2, you get 3, you 4, you keep getting more and more. The mind. Okay. Okay. I don't know what this card is trying to say. It's pointing to this card, though. Maturity. Interesting. That is very 2 different minds. One is full of smoke and fog and darkness and not fun things. The other one is filled with flowers and color and chillness. I would definitely... This feels like a home. This doesn't feel like a home. Interesting. The Emperor, huh? Emperor wouldn't have a mind like this. The Emperor would have a mind like this. What does that have to do with this? 25 with Professor Copperfield's Miracle Legumes. Maturity, huh? Do I want to read one of these? Let's see which one we land on first. I'm thinking maturity, huh? I feel like you probably know exactly what this feels like. So let's learn on what we want. Let's focus on what we want, which is this, which is the Ace of Rainbows. And I got to it very quickly. Cool. When my focus was directed toward the Ace of Rainbows, I landed on it extremely quickly. Imagine the same thing with that telescope, huh? As soon as you know that's what you want, you're gonna work together and life will work together with you. Be in your power, huh? Alright, this figure stands alone, silent, and yet alert. The inner being is filled with flowers that carry the quality of springtime and regenerate wherever he goes. This inner flowering and the wholeness that he feels affords the possibility of unlimited movement. He can move in any direction, within and without. It makes no difference, as his joy and maturity cannot be diminished by externals, right? Dwight was the same guy with he was when he had the tic-tac or the thumbtack, as he did when he had the telescope, as he did when he got the miracle legumes. The maturity cannot be diminished by externals. He has come to a time of centeredness and expansiveness. The white glow around the figure is his protection and his light. All of life's experiences have brought him to this time of perfection. When you draw this card, know well this moment carries a gift for hard work well done. Yeah. Woo! Your base is solid now, and success and good fortune are yours, for they are the outcome of what has already been experienced within. Yes, this is the hard work, right? This is the base that is solid now, and success and good fortune are yours, this Emperor. Yeah, now it's ready for... It's yours. This moment carries a gift. Nice. Nice. It's like starting out with thumbtack. Getting a telescope is definitely a gift, you know. Disappointment. No more. Princess of Wands. Ooh, this is like baby adventure. This is, look at the red and the red. Cool. Disappointment. Instead of being disappointed that you just have a thumbtack. So the Princess of Wands. To me, there are two different kinds of princesses, right? The princess is the page. To me, there are two different kinds of pages, right? There is the beginning page, and then there is an ending page. It goes from the page to the knight, right? To the queen, to the king. And then, to me, it goes back to the page into the circle. Just like everything's a circle. Everything's a circle. So to me, there is a beginning page, The one that starts out, that doesn't know anything, that doesn't have any experience, that sees life like a kid, right? Like a baby. These guys don't know much, but boy, do they know how to live. Right? And then slowly, right, as you grow more, get more, adult, like you age more, you go from the page to the prince to the queen to the king. You have your own roles now, right? But life becomes dull. When there are so many rules, when the rules are more important than life, when the rules are more important than the reason that those rules were put in the first place, then life gets very meaningless. Life gets very, very disappointing. Life is not fun. And that's when you realize, wow, I don't need these rules anymore. I have enough experience to go back to like I was when I was a kid, except the only difference is you're going to return to that state, right? Living life that way, but with all of this experience that you had throughout the way. All this hard work that you've done, right? It's okay to go back to the beginning. It's okay to realize the most fun way, the best way to have life, because it is eternal, is to live it like a kid, to live it with like an adventure, to live life the way it's supposed to feel. But you could have gone back to the beginning, right, if you didn't start the trip. If he didn't start with just a thumbtack, he wouldn't have gotten a telescope. So there's a big circle here that's closing. There's a lot of little circles here. You could be disappointed you're back to where you started, back to the beginning, but you have all of this experience now. You have all of these flowers. Now you have all of these friends. And now you have all of this power. But this is the Miracle Legumes card, so it sounds like there is a miracle at the present moment. Or it's coming. I'm going to say it's coming. So be on the lookout. Be excited. And look out for miracles. Aquarius. Tower. Yep. Cool. It's sad if the tower breaks down, right? But if this tower broke down, that's a good thing. If this tower broke down and then I replaced it with this new tower, wow. Then the tower card, as scary as it seems, was actually very pleasant and a good thing. This disappointment that my tower fell down doesn't need to stay a disappointment, or instead of being seen as a disappointment, can be seen as a good thing, because there's something new coming. Yes, there is something new coming. There's no reason to be so disappointed. Right? It's like if you have a puzzle, right? And you start putting all the pieces down, and say for some reason someone else has 10 pieces of the puzzle and they're on the way to you to give you the, to combine this puzzle, but it's like you put all the pieces down and it's not finished. But well, there's no point in being disappointed, because the rest of the pieces of the puzzle are on their way. So that's what this means. This means something is hidden. Things don't seem the way that they seem, right? That's why this tower has to be broken down, so that the way things are pop out. Truth comes out. So more information is needed. It's not like you're gonna stay stuck with a thumbtack, right? You just get disappointed. Well, there's more coming. So keep an eye out for this miracle that is about to appear.